This year in particular has taught me a lot. It's taught me a lot about my emotions. It taught me a lot about my body and my mental state. And as I sit here today, I'm happy where I'm at. And also, I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed because I won't ever be able to see the type of person I would have become if I didn't change my life for the better. And you may be like, what? You just said, how can you be complaining about that? You changed your life for the better. But that old life I had, I thought was better. I thought that I was going to be able to settle down. And that's the main problem right there. What is even settling down for me as a 24, not 25 yet, next year, July 26th. What is settling down to me, and when will I even want to do that? Because there's still so many goals or dreams I haven't achieved yet. But I feel like I've been getting complacent, especially with the whole movement, basically moving across the country again, losing loved ones in my life. And sometimes I think to myself, it's like, am I a psychopath? Because sometimes I feel these emotions, but other people are feeling it like more intensely. And I just sit there like, am I just calm? Is that it? And another thing I also think about is old friends I had in high school and middle school. And like, now the relationship's just weird. It's like I don't dislike them, but I don't want to be around them, if that makes sense. I definitely dislike probably the new people they hang out with than the people who were around me. It's just a lot of... I'm not scared of change or anything, but when you see it happening, face first, it hits different. That's why my high school quote was like, I keep this quote small, like my circle. Even in high school, I knew. Even in high school, I knew that my friend group was gonna decrease. It's because I feel like I held myself to a high value. I held myself to a high value, and I knew what I wanted out of my life. And I'm right now in my life where I do know what I want. I want to train to become a referee and combat in any combat organization, the biggest USC, of course. And I'm on the steps of doing that, but the place I'm in has definitely been weighing a lot more on my mental because I'm closer to home. Old depressive episodes that I went through are coming back up because it all happened back here at home. And I have grown. I definitely have, but it's still that feeling in my throat that I can't get over. And TMI, I don't know what TMI means, but I'm literally standing on the same balcony that I wanted to kill myself on. And I feel like I've just been longing for something. I won't say someone because I just got out of a relationship. And I'm fine with being single, but after the relationship, I know my standards have risen much higher. And I battle in myself a lot because it gets me thinking like, oh, you walk around, you think that you're better than people? I don't think that at all. I know I'm a piece of shit. I know I am trying to be better. But I just can't relate with most people my age, I feel like. I can't relate. I can't even hold a conversation. I don't know if I can relate with anybody, honestly. I don't even know who I can honestly relate with other than the two of my best friends. But it's like, is that all I need? I guess that's all I need. You need one person to take over the country with. You need two friends to take over the world with. Shout out to Joe Diaz. But I feel like, I don't know, I just had this feeling in my head. I don't know, man. I'm just... I just feel like I know I'm doing what I can. Like, I just finished... I think this is what it is. Every time I finish, like, writing a book for my series, Cherry, I do feel like I get this post-depression area of my life. And it's like, man, I just spent all my time on that, and now it's done, it's over. And I know I already started a 6th one, but I'm in no rush to, to get to writing. I'm like on the first 2 pages, but still. I think my main problem is I'm always looking for something new to tackle on. That's why I really want to start this homesteading project in like the next 3 years, I want to say. Because I can't rush life. I can't rush that plant growing. Like, I just gotta let the universe and God take it. That's all I can. I can nurture it, but like I can't make it grow to the significance that it needs to be on my time. I can't do that. And I just feel like I've been complacent. Not complacent with my goals. Not complacent with my opinions on things. But honestly complacent with really where I want to be. Like, where I want to live. Why do I want to rest my head every night that I'm happy? That's what I've been thinking about a lot more. And it's definitely not here. So maybe that's my main problem. But I know that there's a task that I have at hand that I will overcome. Because it's a goal of mine. I want to be a fucking referee. And I have the opportunity to become a great mixed martial artist. Plus the knowledge of becoming a ref. And I'm almost halfway through my 20s. My brain's almost fully developed. Next year it will be. I'm learning Spanish right now. I'm trying to cram in all these things. Before I turn 25, I'm trying to hit 200 again. Not right now, but I'm gonna hit 200 like at the end of next year. 200 pounds. Just because I know everything's gonna start like settling in. Like, I know my body feels different. I have never been injured this most of my life. You see my wrist right now. I'm injured. It's not as bad as it was in the beginning, but my leg, this leg, like, it's actually a wake-up call to like mortality, for myself and others. Because there's so many people that I had in my life that are like dead. They're alive, of course, but it's like I would never see them again. Just because of the circumstances that life has brought us to. And that feeling kind of feels worse than somebody actually dead that I know sometimes. Because I could reach out, but I can't. Is it because of my ego or other people? It's definitely egos. And I feel like we can all come together over a simple conversation. Most problems can be fixed over a simple conversation. That's why I feel like my last relationship, it's easier to talk about now because it's been so long. It's been like 6+ months, I want to say. Things I wish we at least had a conversation. That's it. I don't regret where I'm at now. It happened, okay? But just a conversation to explain, or not even just a civil conversation. Not those screaming and bickering. I hate to end any relationship like that. Friend, a partner, anything, family member. I hate to end things on bad terms, but that's just life. You're not going to be able to end everything how you want it to be. And I just, it was definitely a realization when I was like swiping on these dating apps and stuff, and I was like, wow, it is really like copy and paste out here. And it's like there's no substance. My standards has risen so, like, my values and my standards are like way before, man. And it's like I would try to give if anybody was giving me attention, I would give them attention. That's how it used to be. I can't be like that. I can't be like that. I have to value myself. I feel like they always feel like make mistakes in your 20s. Haha, do this. But I feel like we need to be telling fucking people in our age to value themselves. But all people say is, oh, you're gonna make mistakes. That's the first thing people say about your 20s. You're gonna make mistakes. You're learning your 30s. How about fuck that? How about you learn how to value yourself your whole life? Okay? And like, why do we think that we only start making mistakes when we're 20? No, people are making long mistakes long before that, as we were kids, preteens, teens. Like, no, don't just. I hate when people say that. I never even thought about that until right now. I hate when people say you're gonna make mistakes in your 20. You're gonna make mistakes your whole fucking life. I don't understand why people say that, but it's either you succumb to the noise of the youth, partying, drinking, smoking, fucking just hooking up every day with people, and people that that you shouldn't even be with, hanging around with the wrong crowds and stuff. Like, why do we emphasize that so much for this decade of our 20s? Like, I realized that when I was already young. I was like, I don't want to do that. I was like, what is changing? There's nothing changing. You're just gonna be doing the same thing over and over again. And that was a big thing that like separated me from my old friend group. It's like, we're doing the same thing over and over again. There hasn't been one day when we're like, oh, let's actually grow. The only thing that was being grown was like money, but working for other people at these jobs. That's it. That's the only thing that I can remember that someone was trying to grow in that friend group. Nothing else inside themselves, not looking deep into their soul, trying to break down their ego. No, they're only worrying about growing money, working for the man. That's it. It's like, how can you have a conversation with people like that your whole life? You can't. I'm not saying, of course, you can. I'm not saying life is serious 24/7, but like, it's not all funs and games 24/7. There's a balance. There's a balance to everything. And I just seen one by one people giving up on their dreams. They were getting relationships and their dreams are like, bro, what happened to the book you're writing? What? No? Okay. As long, I guess you're happy. Yeah, I guess you're happy with this girl, but is she fulfilling all that? She's fulfilling everything about you? You came on this earth just to be fulfilled by someone else? I don't know. That's not the life I want. And I know when I get in relationships, it's the same thing for me. It goes down. I'm more worried about trying to make somebody a stay-at-home mom than me worrying about putting a legacy on my back. Oh, you can get your legacy from your kids. No, you're just having kids. Okay, you're just spreading it to the next generation of someone not carrying your legacy down. Because you can have a shithead kid, and nothing will happen. Nothing will happen. Okay, this guy's gonna die at the age of 40 from fucking drinking too much alcohol. Like, you want that to be your kid? Well, what did your kid have, to look up as a mentor, a role model? Oh, you just wanted a family. Okay. That's not enough for me. That's really not enough for me. That won't make me strong. I need something else. I need something else before that. That's why I want to become someone. I just want to become someone. Not for anyone else, but for myself. I want to become someone for myself. That I know I can wake up every morning and be proud of that shit. But first I would have to clean out the people around me. I've definitely been finding a lot more. Well, I won't say a lot. Found some more like-minded people, I'll say, that have a goal, that are determined. Because 2025, I'm gonna be competing a lot in some jiu-jitsu matches and stuff. Because I just had to take these steps to becoming a referee. First, we're gonna start with jiu-jitsu tournaments and stuff. Then we're gonna move to MMA matches. And all between it, I'm gonna be shadow refereeing. You know, just getting the feel of it, because that is a goal I want. But it's just like where I'm at in the location definitely has been weighing on my mental. Me thinking about what I left behind, or what left me in New Hampshire and stuff. But I think I'm just in the adjustment period right now. I'm trying to figure out jobs and stuff. Jobs are shitty down here compared to where I came from. I did get a few that hit me back up, because I'm like, bro, I'm not. Listen, the only job I had, I was getting paid $20 an hour. I'm not about to come back down here getting paid fucking $12 an hour. There's like $7.25 for an hour down. That's the minimum wage. You gotta be crazy. I did the math. I was like, oh my god, I didn't even realize how much I was making as a kid. Like my first job, $7.25. I was like, yippee! I was like, let's go, bro. I was making bank. I was like, we out here. Now it's like, are you serious? Are you serious? Like, you can't be serious right now. So maybe a lot has been weighing on my mental, I would say. But the one thing that woke me up was like, why are you wasting your time just swiping on these apps? You know that I'm not trying to generalize all the women on the app, but like 90% of them don't hold the values that you hold for yourself. You know, it doesn't look like they have any values for themselves. Each photo I see of a chick, she's getting like flipped on a keg, you know, getting held up by like 3 different guys, tongue hanging out, pierced stuff. I like piercings, but like the tongue piercing, I'm like, okay. You know, it's like, oh, all I do is eat, sleep, and drink and party. I'm like, okay. Well, I definitely eat and sleep. That's about it for me. So I just have to find but like I'm not longing for a relationship. I'm not like, hey, I need to get in a relationship. I'm not that. I'm just like, I'm longing to see somebody with the same values as me. That's it. I'm trying to hold myself to a high fucking value, man. And like, I know I make mistakes, and I my values do fucking go up and down each day, just from the way I'm feeling. But like, I'm done. I'm snapped out of it. Like, it's over. Like, I'm done. Like, I need to focus on growth. Like, legitimate growth I need to focus on. I don't need to focus on BS. Like, my whole life I have always felt like that I need to do something outside of myself to feel great. Like, cause I can't just sit inside of myself all day, like in a fucking dark room, feeling all these emotions. I have to go out and I have to do something. And I'm so blessed, honestly. I am so. That's a big bird. Jesus Christ, look at that wingspan on that thing. My God, if you got a cat outside, the cat's done. I just want to. I know I say I won't, need. I don't think I said any needs. It's been like, I won't. Because I know I want this. But I'm so thankful that I have been able to find a passion in writing. Been able to find a passion through fighting. Like, I was thinking about this the other day. Fighting is the messiest art. Fighting is the messiest art. Because you see blood. You see all these gashes on people's faces, but you see the emotion from someone losing into someone winning. You see that raw emotion is messy. Even the process of getting up to the fight is messy. Like, you may see a guy with an undefeated record, okay, but that guy has lost 1,000 times in a training room. Like, it's messy. Like, that guy isn't walking around beating up everybody. No. He may be 100% winning rate in the octagon, but I bet you he's losing. I bet you he's losing that 70% outside. So we all need to taste that defeat. in order to show ourselves off to the world of the state that we are right now, through that suffering, through that pain. And I used to regret a lot this year about the mistakes that I made, but now I'm like, I don't at all. The only thing I probably regret is like trying to like rekindle with people, you know, from the past and stuff. But it's like, I just need to let that ship sail, and that's what I told myself. These videos are like my therapy. I don't need to go to a therapist. I just need to honestly just talk in front of a camera. Then usually comes out more naturally, a little slow, but you know, naturally. Okay. So I definitely do feel a lot better. Because I can't, bro. I cannot stop. I can't stop pushing myself. I can't succumb to my doubts or my past failures or what people think, you know, or what people think about me or whatever. Like, it was really a wake-up call. It really was, from like the people that I was with in the beginning of this year. They were like, their values were way different than mine. And I started attaching my values to theirs. And it made me depressed. It's like, what was I doing? No, they're wrong, Malcolm. They're wrong. You're right. You need to keep doing what you're doing. So, that was a big realization. I kept hearing all these opinions because I was trying to make someone else's life better, but not my own. Like, I don't need to be in that state. I don't need to be in that state at all. I don't need anyone to tell me that my values are less, or my values are less because most people aren't chasing the dreams and the goals that I have. You know, they're just living their regular lives. And they see my values as like low because they don't see them as achievable, but I see them as achievable. And I was like, I can't. I really can't. And people are like, the day I knew that people were like messed up is when people were judging me off of my job application. Not job application, just my job, you know. And like the last job I had, I was a dishwasher. And I was, like I said, I was getting paid $20 an hour. Chilling. I was like, bro, I'm good. Free food? Like, because it's like, people don't understand this. It's like, when you have a goal and a dream and you're working on towards it, and you're just doing like a bullshit job, it doesn't, like, this job doesn't, like, okay, this is just, you know, I'm just doing it just to get money. Like, I'm not taking this serious, okay? Like, I come here, I show up every day, I punch in, I punch out, and I get my money. But then, what I do on the outside, this is it. This is what I'm really striving for. But people want to entangle you up with your job. Your job that you got from Indeed. A job that you know that doesn't have a fucking golden goose egg at the end. They want to judge you off that. And they think that you're going to be doing that your whole life. And I remember this chick was like, she said this to my ex. She was like, but he's a dishwasher. And I was like, she didn't say it to my face because I would have went off on her. I was like, are you retarded? Like, you actually think I'm going to be doing this my whole life? Like, are you serious? Like, people don't see the work that you put in. And they don't need to. They don't need to see that work at all. And, like, people actually have, like, that just tells me that that person wasn't raised right. Because my whole life, I will never judge anyone off their job. I don't give a fuck if you're a janitor all the way up to a doctor. I will treat everyone with respect. And when I heard it, I was like, wow. I was like, I guess I was just raised different. That's crazy. I guess I was just raised better. You know, she and this chick had like all the money, all this, spoon fed. And it's like, wow. So like, you don't see, like, you tell me you don't even see this person as the same value? Like, what are you saying? Just because they have this job, you're going to treat them differently? And you think they're less? You don't think they'll be able to live a happy life? Like, are you kidding me? I was like, wow, that person is like, that. All my respect went down because I'm thinking here, I'm sitting here thinking, like, who gives a fuck? I don't care if a guy's a janitor. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and dictate his whole life just because this one job that he had. This person doesn't understand growth at all, and I actually felt disgusting. Like, I was like, I can't be around this. This is actually crazy. Like, this person is actually crazy. They don't know real respect at all. They don't know anything about respect. Most people don't. Most people are too full of themselves looking at the screen all day, seeing this glorious life from other people. Then they judge the people that show up every day. You know, people that don't get a recognition. You know, what was guy supposed to have 50,000 likes on top of his head? Like, is that what you see? And that was really a wake-up call to me. I was like, wow, people ain't shit. People really ain't shit. And they gonna sit here and judge me off just because I'm a dishwasher. You don't even know me, bro. You don't even know anything about me. You don't even know what I'm grinding for. I just written 5 fucking books. You fucking Momo. I'm literally training to be a referee, but you don't even judge me off of my job. You don't even see, like, and this person didn't have no ambition, no nothing, dropped out of school, and has the audacity to say something to me just because of my job. It's like I am showing up every day, 5 days out of the week to work, to put money in my pocket, and I'm putting that money into my goals, and they want to judge me out there. I'm like, wow, that's actually insane, you know. That's what it's like, bro. Just focus on yourself. Get your money up. And put that shit into what you want. No, just don't put it in a savings account. Just don't do that. So, yeah, that's it. I don't know what I'm going to name this title. It's not a podcast. But I needed to get something off my chest. It's like I realized, like, wow, my values are very high. And I don't need to have I want to say low IQ people, but yeah, low IQ people, just people that don't even like, I hate people that don't play devil's advocate. I hate people that don't play two sides of the coin, because it's like, how do you know if your side is right? How do you know that? You don't want to be open-minded to anything. You want to be closed off to any, how can you be closed off to this beautiful life that we live? There's so many different things in this life. You choose one thing to focus on. You only choose to see the beauty in one thing. Like, you're hindering yourself so much of this life that we got blessed with. Literally, this paradise. There's no other planet on this earth. I mean, there's no other planet on this earth, dude. There's no other planet like fucking Earth by the sun. Like there's none. There's none that we can reach before we die, at least. So, I choose to look at the full picture, good and bad. I choose to look at it because I don't want to be naive. I don't want to be full on myself. I don't want to be egotistic. I want to be free. I want to be able to explore. That's why I think I like to be. I'm a creative person. I like to write. I like to explore. I like to get any possibility. I don't want to be. I don't want to be one fucking thing. I don't want to be one thing. I don't want someone to put me in a box. Put me in a box from like my dreams, my goals, to who I am as a person, my emotions. I never want to be put into one thing. As soon as that happens, you're done. As soon as you seclude yourself just to one thing, you're finished. You're going to become a bitter old person. That's it. You're going to become bitter. You're going to become bitter. You're going to be thinking that you're right. Imagine that you think you're right, but the whole time you're wrong. And when you realize that, what are you going to do? You're already 80. You're fucked. You're done. Good luck. You can make some change. I still believe in you, but like all that time, how could you not look back at your life at all that time you wasted just because you were stubborn? I never want to be stubborn. I had to catch myself sometimes, like, you know, I'm out here being stubborn. You actually need to listen. But the ego, the human ego, we get so, it's messy, man. But I'm done. Let me shut up. I'm feeling better. I'm feeling less complacent. I have my goals, and I know what I need to do to achieve my goals, and I will not stop until I get those things. The only thing that's going to stop me is fucking death. That is the only thing that's going to stop me. I'm going to keep going.